This is the first book I got from NetGalley. Hello, what's up? Hope you're good. So today we're gonna review this little book, The Shadow Mind's Journal by Carrington-Russell. So the book has a rate of 4.59 on GoodReads and it was rated by only 17 people. So I got this book on NetGalley, so I got approved, and this is the first book I got approved for. So I'm quite happy because I really enjoyed the book. When I read the synopsis on NetGalley, I was super intrigued by the story, so I applied for it. I was approved, so I got it, and I'm so happy because I really enjoyed that book. I gave it a 5 stars. When you go on GoodReads, you can see that it's written paranormal, romance paranormal, and I will say it's a fantasy, it's paranormal, and it's definitely adult. So you should know. That's not a YA. I mean, in my opinion, could be, but no, I don't think so. How did I know that I loved that book so much? It's like, I got it as an ebook, so I was reading it on my, I was about to say Kindle, but no, that's actually a pocket book, but never mind. I was reading it on my e-reader, and then I finished, and then I was on say, if you want a sneak peek of the second week, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what? What just happened? That's the end? That's how it ends? No, cannot. Oh, no way. I want the second book right now. It's just that it was insane because I was so into the story that I didn't see the end coming. I really didn't expect the end to end there. I mean, to be there. I was expecting so much. I was so into the story that I didn't know that. Because, you know, when you read a book, you can feel and you can see how many pages left you have. But with an ebook, I have to click to see how many pages left I have. And I didn't click because I was in the story. I didn't care how many pages left I had because I was having an amazing time reading it. So I was like disappointed, but at the same time I was angry and then so happy because it means that I actually really enjoyed that book. When I was reading it, I forgot everything around me except for Mooney. I never forget about Mooney. But I was like in my paranormal bubble. Insane. So as I said earlier, this is a paranormal fantasy with some kind of romance. And I want to say some kind of romance because you're not going to follow like a love story. You're just going to read a lot about sexual tension between characters, which for me means that it's not a YA. Because when I say that there are a lot of sexual tensions, it means that it's described super well, like all the details, you have them. So, just a warning if that's not something for you. I mean, I'm not into it, but I don't mind it at some point in some book. And that's why I think this is an adult book and you should be aware of that so you don't hate the book for no reason. You know what I mean? So let's try to explain the plot because this is actually not the easiest one I've read. I started to explain it to my mom and she was like, can you explain it one more time? So I'm gonna do my best. We're gonna follow Vivian, so she's the main character. She's a reborn girl who became Hyman's guardian. So Hyman is her master, he's a demon. She was contracted by 7 demons who actually live within her. So all the guardians can shift into the demons, so the one inside them, so they can use their abilities, the power to kill other kind of demons. The guardian's job is to kill the demons that broke the treaty. So the treaty is a treaty that was signed between the humans, the angels, and the demons, not to kill anyone. So demons cannot kill human or angel, angels cannot kill human or demon, etc, etc. You know what I mean? They cannot kill each other without any good reasons. They're also trying to kill the demons that lure into the night, into the nightmares. They don't know who they are, but they will have to find out. But one day, Vivian will be accused of murdering an angel, so Gabe, the angel of war, will want to make her pay. So I'm gonna stop there because I don't want to spoil anything, but if you have any question, please ask them down below. It's very, I don't know how can I explain that. It's so detailed, the world building is amazing, that it's so complex. It is indeed a very dark and sinister story, which I really, really enjoy. Just to be honest, at the beginning I was kind of lost because I didn't understand anything. Stuff happened, I was like, why, where, how come? Because the world building is not introduced to us from the beginning, but you have to read further and you will understand it, which make it more natural, I would say, but it can be disturbing at the beginning. What I loved also is like the book was written in different point of views, but you always knew who was talking because it was written. So I really appreciate that, because this year I've been reading a few books with different point of views and you don't know whose point of views because it's not written. You have to guess it, and I hated that. But it wasn't the case here, so all good. I want to say that the book was action-packed, but actually it would be better to say it was tension-packed, because it was so tense from the beginning, and not only because of the sexual tension and everything, but everything was like, I don't know, more complex than it seemed to be. Everything was so well described, and I think you're getting to know me, and you know when I love to be able to picture some scene, etc., because I need that in fantasy books, and I mean any fiction books actually. I love the main character, so Vivian. She was as arrogant as confident. So I loved her so much because she was like the perfect example of a Slytherin. So Slytherin pride here. And it was done in such a good way because she was Haemon's puppet in some kind of way. But she was still like okay with it and then not okay with it. She was playing with it, but she wasn't a victim. She wasn't like complaining about that all the time. It was super well written, it was super well done, it was super well described, and she wasn't relatable or realistic because she still was like a reborn human with demons inside her. But she actually was so lovable. I don't know how to explain that. That's maybe just me being weird, but I loved her. And also she was kind of still human with a lot of questions she asked herself. So why are we doing this with the witch in the lab? Is it really gonna help us or what? And she still has feelings. She's full of demons. She's not really human anymore. She doesn't feel stuff, but she still feels some stuff. And I really love that. She wasn't just like empty. I love the fact that Vivian got caught in the middle of something she doesn't even understand. She doesn't know where to begin with, and she doesn't know how it's gonna end. So between her master Haemon, between Gabe, the Angel of War, and between that demons that lure into her nightmares, she doesn't know what to do. She's completely lost. She was also full of mysteries. Like, she has 7 demons inside her, but she only knows 4 of them. So it's like she doesn't know herself. She doesn't know herself, but she doesn't know who is a part of herself. You know what I mean? Like, it was really intriguing. So this book was really gripping, full of adventures and tension, and it's about, I don't know, some kind of betrayals and a lot of sexual tension. I don't know, you keep reading it, you keep discovering things, you keep learning about that world, which made everything more interesting. And every time you found an answer to a question, you had more questions. It was insane. I really loved that. I was like sucked into the story. But now that in this book everything was about power, and I feel like usually power doesn't bring anything good, and I'm pretty sure it's not gonna bring anything good in the next book. I really cannot wait for the second book. As I said at the beginning, I wasn't expecting the story to end where it ends, not just because of what it was written, but also the way I was sucked into the story. I didn't see it coming. I was like angry at the end. I was frustrated and everything. I really need to read the next book. I don't know when it's coming out. I'm gonna investigate and let you know on Instagram or in the comments down below if I find the info. So this book will be published on August 26th. as a paperback. I believe it was published like 2 years ago, but only as an ebook. Now it's gonna be on paper, so for sure I will buy the book so I can buy the second one and maybe the third one. I don't know at that point. The synopsis was super intriguing, but believe me, it's nothing compared to the 400 pages from the book. So, well, I hope you enjoyed the review. Let me know if you're interested in that kind of book, or if you're not, that's also good. So, thank you for watching, Wolves. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, talk to me, and see you soon. Take care. Bye.